Hey guys, it's Candy. Welcome back to my channel. So today is a DIY braiding day. So I am doing a combination of cornrows and crochet, cornrows in the front, of course, and curly crochet in the back. And so I'm just going ahead and prepping my hair, separating the front for the cornrows, and then I'm going to move on to braiding the back first so that I can get ready to start my crochet install. Yes. So what I'm doing is the beehive braid pattern. So I am actually parting off the first row, yes, from ear to ear, and then I'm gonna just continue with the parting going all the way to the back, yeah, of one side. And then I'm gonna stop there for a while, get the rest of the hair out of the way so I can start braiding. So it's a progressive and a gradual process. So I just part off sections, in small increments as I go to make it easier. All right, so I'm adding a little piece of braiding hair. Of course, that will help to secure my braid, making sure that it is firmer and creates a better and stronger foundation for my crochet style. Of course, I am braiding across, following the natural direction of the parting, continuing, going all the way to the back on the side of the head, yes. And then once I get to the back, I'm just going to go ahead and continue with the parting process, parting all the way across to the other side of the head and just continue. And the process is going to just continue in a circular motion, just continuing to part off, individual rows in a circle as I go. All right. So I'm just, going ahead, trying to get this thing sped up because it's the same process. I'm just doing the braids. All right. And my hair is freshly washed, and I did go ahead and stretch it using my blow dryer on low heat. And this actually is very important. It helps to keep the hair from getting tangled while you braid. All right, so now I have one tail remaining. Yeah, so when you're done, you should end up with one piece of hair, which makes it so much easier and the hair much neater. And I'm just using the tool to weave that tail into the braid. All right, so of course I'm using my One True Natural Shine of My Nourishing Oil Blend just to nourish my scalp and the hair to keep it moisturized. All right, so this is the hair that I'm using for the crochet. My very favorite, it's the Beach Curl by Free Tress, 18 inches. Separating the hair in half, each piece in half, and I'm just inserting. And I use my hands to create those loops and the knots, doing 3 knots for each piece of hair. All right, so you just loop, twist, 3 times and then tighten. It's pretty easy. This part I definitely don't need to spend much time on because you guys already know that this is a repetitive process. So once you know how to install one piece of hair, you know how to install all of the hair, right? All right, so by the magic of editing, I am actually at the top, and I'm just going ahead making sure that I fill in as much of the area as possible. Most of it will be filled in off camera in the interest of time, but you just want to make sure that you cover all of the cornrows so that in the event that you move your head, it is not showing. All right, so I'm done with the back. I have 1 row remaining in the front, which is the most important row because I'm going to be doing the knotless method on this row, because you don't want your knots to be visible once your hair is styled. So you want to make sure that that area is giving the illusion as if the hair is growing out of your scalp. So after you attach the hair and pull it through, what you're not going to do is pull through both pieces of hair. Yes, you pull only one piece through the loop, and then with that loop you're going to twist it, create a knot, and pull both sides to tighten. And of course I'm going to be pinching off a tiny piece of hair on either side. Yes, one little tiny piece, and then another tiny piece over the other side of the hair, and then I'm gonna just create 2 knots to secure it. That will ensure that the hair will stay in place and it will not move. All right, so I'm just continuing repeating, attaching the hair, close the latch hook and pull it through, pull only one piece of the hair through the loop, twist the loop, pull the hair through again, and then pull to tighten. And then when you flip the hair over, it actually covers the cornrow. So pretty much that's what I'm going to do. Of course, I'm doing again the pinch and knot method for security. That's what we are doing. And I'm just going to go ahead and continue. Now for the hair, I used 3 packs of the Free Tress Beach Curl. Yes, and as I said before, it's 18 inches and I did use all 3 packs. And I'm using my comb to tease the hair a little bit so that it gives a little bit more volume, makes it look more natural and a more blended look. All right, so after I do the teasing, now we're going to go ahead and start the braiding process in the front. And I'm going to do a simple braid pattern, nothing crazy. I'm working on my own head, so it's a little bit more different. Not different, it's a little bit more difficult to create, anything fancy in the front because, it requires a lot of movements of the wrist and all of that. All right, so I did part the hair on an angle. So yes, it's an angular part, so it's on the slant side. Yes, and this will help to give it a little bit of dimension and cause it to look a little bit more intentionally styled. All right, so I part off a tiny piece in the front and I just start to braid. Once you part off a tiny piece in the front, that will help to make the braid more secure and prevent the hair from sliding back. Yeah, once you braid it. All right, so once I get to the end of this braid, I'm gonna go ahead and add a piece of curly hair. Yes, so I'm just attaching or feeding in a piece of curly hair now. There you go. And just continue to braid that in, but you're going to keep the curly piece out of the way and continue to braid the rest of the hair. So the curls are left loose. Yes, and I'm going to add a piece of regular Knotless braiding hair. It's actually expression braiding hair. Any braiding hair will do, but I'm just adding small pieces of braiding hair just to lengthen the plait because my hair is not long enough to achieve the length that I'm going for. And the curly hair and the braiding hair should be just about the same length. All right, adding another piece of curly hair to that. Continue my braiding, and at some point I am going to be separating another piece of curly hair out of the way and just clip that off. Why is because I'm trying to get the actual boho braid look for these braids that are in the front. All right, so I do go ahead and clip off some more of the curly hair. All right, so once that is done, I braid all the way to the end. Well, braid all the way to the point where I have just a little bit of the curls left at the end. Yes. All right. Yes. So we're done with that one. And this is how it is looking. That's the boho vibe that I'm talking about. And I'm just going to continue with the process, doing another part. And you have to make sure that you try to make your parts a little bit straight. I'm using my Let's Jam magic fingers for the sleekness of the hair for braiding. And just repeating the same process, just doing a regular 3-strand cornrow. Yes, and then once I get to the end of the braid, add my first piece of curly hair, feed that in but clip it out of the way, continue with the braiding. And I'm going to add my first piece of braiding hair. And of course, the adding of the braiding hair, like I mentioned before, is just to add length to my braids. All right. Yeah, so continuing to braid. And once I get to a certain point, I'm going to be feeding in more curly hair, as you see me doing right now. And another. And I'm, just separating a piece of the curls and clipping them off so that you can have that nice boho look for the braids. Yes. And you just braid until you get to the end. And now I'm on my final one. Yes, final braid. Same process, different side. Yes. And for this hair, guys, as I mentioned before, it is crochet hair. It is synthetic, and so it's not going to give you the same thing as human hair would. I would say, however, this is one of the synthetic hair that will, it won't do you wrong. It won't, steer you wrong. You definitely will, get somewhere out of it. I do, however, prefer the 12-inch. The shorter the curly hair, I find the less likely to tangle. And so I'm using the 18-inch, however, because I feel like the longer the hair in the back, the better this particular style turns out. When you have the braided front, I just feel like you need something that is a bit more dramatic in the back and not that short look. And I was kind of on the fence about the style in the first place because I was wondering, will it give me an overly childish look? And so for that reason, I opted to go with the very long length in the back, just because I feel like if it was short, yeah, I would look more childish. So let's see how it turns out. Yes, so far I'm kind of feeling it. Yes, not 100%, but I think it will work. So we are all done, and this is how it looks. Yes, and by the magic of editing, yes, we are all done. I am actually not too disappointed at all. I'm liking the outcome of the style. It's very easy to maintain, and the reason why I did this, which is also the reason why my eyes look red, is because I'm actually on my way out to catch a red-eye flight. It's about 2 a.m. in the morning, and so I feel like for the purpose of the trip, this style is low maintenance. I can just tie down my braids in the front and yeah, just keep it pushing. No much maintenance necessary for the back, and yeah, we're good to go. But yeah, this is how it turned out, guys. I hope you like it. Let me know if this is something you would rock. I actually like the fact that the braids in the front makes it a little bit, versatile. I can do some styling. I just don't have the time to do it right now, but I definitely could if needs be. So this is what we were working with for today. Thank you guys so much for watching Natural Hair Dynamics. If you are watching and not yet subscribed, be sure to hit the subscribe button. Hit the notification bell so you can become a part of the Natural Hair Dynamics gang and get notified each and every time that we post. Yes, this is what we're rocking with, our combination crochet and cornrow. Thank you for watching. Bye.